Hello and welcome to the Growth Handbook series. My name is Jacob. I'm software engineer at Meta. Previously, I was at Microsoft. I built a few products during my career and I spent over 2 years at Facebook Marketplace Growth Team. In this video series, I will share everything what I learned about growth. If you find this video useful, please hit the like button. This will give me a signal that this type of content is useful and I'll do more of it. Growth strategy number 5, notifications. The best way to increase your product retention is to send notifications to remind your users about your product. There are multiple notification channels. The most popular are the in-app notifications, like that are shown in notification section somewhere in your app, push notifications, or email notifications. Recently, push notifications are also available in the browsers, not only in the mobile apps. So similarly, like with in-app upsells, notifications will be most successful if targeting and timing is correct. When you create notification, you should also keep track of notification metrics like views, how many people have seen your notification, CTR, which is click-through rate, which means how many people out of all the people who've seen your notification clicked on it, and CVR, which is conversion rate. So CVR means that the notification actually resulted in conversion to some action you ultimately want your user to take. Sometimes your notification might be pure retention play. So for example, you just want to bring the user back to your product. Then CTR will be pretty close to CVR if it's a push notification. If the goal of your notification is to, for example, sell a new ebook you created and you notify people through email about this ebook, then if they click but they don't make a purchase, then CTR will be higher than the CVR. And the CVR is something you care about the most. You can also notice that if CTR is very high and CVR is much lower than the CTR, it means that maybe you do not explain well what you're trying to sell or what is behind the action that people are gonna take. So you are misleading users. Usually CVR is lower than CTR, but if there is like a huge drop, let's say you have something like 20% CTR, which would be amazing, and then your CVR is 0.01%, that means that you don't explain well what people will get after they click. If your CTR is like around, let's say 2-3%, and your CVR is like 1%, this is amazing because that means that 1/3 of people who click into your notification actually do the action that you wanted them to perform. And when you develop notifications, many times what I've seen in growth teams is that you just keep adding them. So you need to be very diligent and make sure that every time when you add notification, consider removing another one or maybe repurposing another one. Because when you end up with multiple notifications, then each notification brings less value and they start being annoying to your users. And then the worst thing that can happen is that they can turn off the notifications. And once they turn off notifications, especially push, it's very hard to make them turn it on back. Like, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's very close to impossible. So make sure you always keep track of your view rate, CTR, and CVR. Keep these metrics for all the notifications you have across your app. And when you're introducing new notification, maybe not necessarily launch it to all your users. Try to A/B test it, maybe with 10%. Of course, depending what kind of notification that is. If this is like a hot new product that you wanted to sell, of course, you should send it to everyone. But maybe you wanna try different content variants in a notification, right? Maybe one will perform better than the other. So make sure you always keep track of CTR and CVR, and also be aware that the same notification sent over and over again without any changes in the product might result in not much, but it might have even opposite result, that people will start being annoyed by it and they might turn it off. What is interesting is what I've seen is that people really like to see inside stuff of notifications. So for example, they like to see how they are doing, and sending them notifications, something like, oh, you're posted and your post had 10 views and 5 reactions, will actually bring them to your product and convert them into the active user. So this is like one type of notification that actually work pretty well. Another type of notification you can consider for your app is if there are some changes to your product, notify them about that. Do not try to send notifications that are not changing anything. So for example, we created new ebook, right? You already sent one notification. Don't send this notification every week for 10 weeks. Changing content, fine. If you're providing a promotion on top of that, that's also okay. So for example, like first you're selling it and then 2 weeks later you say, okay, now 50% off the same product. That might work. But if you say, I have this new ebook, I have this new ebook, I have this new ebook, people will be like, okay, turn off. I don't want this notification anymore. I've already seen it. I'm not interested. I don't want to hear from you. So be very diligent with notifications. Make sure you keep track of your CTR, CVR, and also view rate. And now, call to action for you. What type of notifications can you use? And if you're already doing it, audit your notifications for CTR and CVR and remove the least efficient one. Bonus points if you create new high quality notification. If you made it that far, you probably found this video useful. If that's the case, please hit the like button. If you have any questions, please leave the comment. I will be very happy to answer. You can also subscribe to my channel to get notifications about new videos. If you want to learn more about growth, check out the links in the video description. You'll find there my recommended books about growth and link to my growth handbook.